What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including big WWE releases coming, sad news regarding Big E's neck, a former WWE Tag Team Champs returning to the ring, Jeff Hardy is banged up, a WWE Superstar's contract officially expired, a new WWE game, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Don't forget to check out our new website Wrestlelamia.co.uk and our other non-wrestling channel Incredible. Now let's hit the intro and get straight into our first story. Our first story looks at big WWE releases coming. Are more WWE releases imminent? Well, that's the question being thrown around in the internet wrestling community after last week's NXT releases, along with the WWE's habit of releasing main roster stars after WrestleMania. Further fueling the speculation is a tweet from Andrew Zarian of the Madman Wrestling podcast. I want to clarify a convo we had on air today regarding more releases. What I was told, talent is constantly evaluated on progress. Expect more releases soon and regularly. I made an error by saying very soon. Zarian's clarification came after he commented on upcoming releases. Cultaholic's Aiden Gibbons also noted Andrew Zarian of the Madman Wrestling podcast also noted WWE will be letting wrestlers go on a regular basis with the next set of releases to take place soon. While soon may be an inaccurate term, many of the WWE's main roster stars are likely wondering whether they'll be future endeavored. We recently looked at several WWE releases that could happen soon, and while it's difficult to predict who Vince McMahon will send on their way, the WWE's constant influx of talent suggests that Vinnie Mac always sees fat to be trimmed from the roster. The days when the WWE maintained excess talent just to keep them from All Elite Wrestling are long gone. Furthermore, there are several free agents the WWE might sign back to the company, including Bray Wyatt and Big Cass. As history has shown, sometimes it takes a release for the WWE to realize just how valuable a star was, while in other instances, a release star needs to get back on track, as seems to be the case with Big Cass, who's done remarkably well not only in conquering his personal demons, but getting into the best shape of his career. As always, we'll continue following this situation and report on any releases as they happen. Do you think more WWE releases are imminent? If so, who will be cut? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, sad news regarding Big E's neck. Big E is showing the power of positivity is stronger than ever as he updates fans on a setback he suffered in his recovery from the devastating injury that sidelined him for several weeks now. Big E tweeted, "For those desirous of an update, my C1 apparently isn't healing optimally. I'll spend another 4 to 6 weeks in a brace in hopes that I can avoid a fusion. But don't you fret, I've got a tremendous support system and what shall be, shall be." Anyone familiar with New Day knows that the power of positivity is more than a marketing slogan, as they live and breathe a positive outlook on life. Big E's support system is undoubtedly helping him. Even as Big E suffers a setback, he knows he has friends and family looking out for him. A recent tweet from New Day brother Kofi Kingston shows just how close the New Day are with each other. "This was the energy I needed a couple of days ago. So good to see my bro, and Lotus finally got to meet her uncle." Now, you'll likely recall that Big E was hurt when he landed wrong on his neck after taking a suplex outside of the ring from Ridge Holland. Wrestling News' Andrew Ravens provided a recap of just how badly Big E was hurt. The former WWE champion later revealed that he suffered a broken neck. The C1 and C6 were fractured, but non-displacement. He also didn't damage his spinal cord nor suffer any ligament damage and didn't need surgery. At one point, there were serious concerns about the extent of Big E's injuries as he landed hard on his neck. Thankfully, his powerful musculature seems to have reduced the severity of the injury, and while its severity shouldn't be downplayed, it could have been a lot worse. Big E has long been considered one of wrestling's real-life heroes, as his optimism and generous nature are well known in the wrestling community. The former WWE champion is likely going to be out of action for a long time, but his grace under pressure shows he refuses to give up. Next up, our former WWE Tag Team Champions are returning to the ring. Fans of former WWE superstars Akam and Razar take note, as it looks like an Authors of Pain return is coming soon. This comes after rumors circulated that the pair had retired from the Squared Circle. Fightful Select is reporting, after Fightful Select reported those interactions last year, the two and their former manager Paul Ellering indicated they weren't done yet, but there haven't been any details since. Promoters that we spoke to about booking them haven't heard back, but Fightful has learned the two have plans to return to the ring. The Authors of Pain, whose name was shortened to AOP, were a formidable tag team in the WWE, winning both the NXT and Raw Tag Team Championship. They were also involved in a high-profile program with Seth Rollins when they served as his enforcers. Unfortunately, the injury bug sidelined the team more than once and they were released in 2020. A comeback could take place in Dubai, as Ringside News is reporting. Ekam and Razar have reportedly reached out to talent about a wrestling event they plan on running in early June in Dubai. They have plans to wrestle at that show as well. While it might seem like the wrestling world is saturated with former WWE superstars, a number of wrestlers have found success on the indie scene and international markets. The credibility of being a former superstar often opens doors and can lead to surprisingly sweet paydays. Not every ex-WWE star is going to command top dollar, but apparently the AOP feel it's worth their time and effort to return to the ring after a 2-year absence. Next up, an update on Darius Martin. It looks like the recent rumors of AEW star Darius Martin were true. You may recall rumors that one half of the Top Flight tag team had been re-injured after his recent return from an injury, with Darius implying the story was inaccurate, as one story had it he'd been hurt in the ring. But now Malachi Black is setting the record straight. The House of Black leader appeared on the Universal Wrestling podcast and revealed Darius suffered a leg injury in a nasty auto accident and is expected to be gone between 6 and 9 months. Next up, a superstar's contract officially expires. NXT superstar Candice LeRae is now a free agent, leading to speculation what's next for the former NXT Tag Team Champion and wife of Johnny Gargano. Wrestling News' Andrew Ravens is reporting, Candice LeRae is officially a free agent as her contract with WWE has expired. LeRae was added to the alumni section of WWE.com this morning. In addition, Ravens noted that Fightful Select confirmed with WWE sources that she is a free agent. At one point, there was speculation they might add time to her contract since she took time off when she became pregnant. Apparently that's not the case, which means LeRae could be wrestling again soon. As for her husband, some fans believe Johnny is headed to AEW and could show up as a wildcard entry in the Owen Hart Cup men's tournament. Next up, Jeff Hardy banged up. Is Jeff Hardy working hurt? Well, some fans and pundits believe that's the case, especially after watching Brother Nero's match against Bobby Fish on this week's Dynamite. Cultaholics Aidan Gibbons observed, some noted Hardy looked slow and hurt during the contest. Meltzer commented on the Wrestling Observer Radio that Jeff had been hurting for a while. This isn't the first time that fans have heard Jeff is working through pain, but what shocks some fans is Jeff's continued willingness to take sick bumps despite his age and numerous injuries he suffered during his career. With the talk of the Hardys battling the Young Bucks soon, one can only imagine the high-impact moves Jeff will inflict upon himself. Next up, Nikki Bella's new career. Now, Nikki Bella fans may be happy to know that the Hall of Famer will be returning to TV soon, but it's not as a wrestler anymore. Meltzer is reporting in this week's Observer, Nikki Bella will be hosting a USA Network celebrity game show called Barmageddon. The show is from the USA Network, as well as Blake Shelton and Carson Daly. It's set in a Nashville bar with Shelton and Daly appearing on the show and Bella hosting competitions as different celebrities compete in bar games like air cannon cornhole, what the hell is that, keg curling, drunken axe hole, and more. Congrats to Nikki on her new venture. Next up, AEW completes Trios Championship. Tag team wrestling is an important component of AEW, including Trios, aka 6-man wrestling, but now Meltzer is reporting the rumors of a Trios Championship are true, and it's now up to AEW to unveil them. Trios title belts have been made, so now it's just a matter of time when they pull the trigger. Tony Khan was asked about making Trios titles and gave an indication a few months ago when it was happening, but they didn't want to do the tournament until Kenny Omega was back. And finally, WWE's New Game. Last but not least, it looks like there's nothing the WWE won't try, besides logical booking, to boost their revenue. During the WWE's recent shareholder meeting, Chief Brand Officer Stephanie McMahon updated shareholders on the WWE's success with its video games, announcing another game is in the works. Now, she confirmed this will be an RPG game. Kinda interesting, but currently there's no details about the game. But there you have it, folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.